Hey, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Recording has started.
Awesome. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Jessica Wood with Old Republic Home Warranty. We have Kristi Buscemi.
Hi guys, Kristi Buscemi, Old Republic Home Warranty as well. I cover Santa Monica up and down the coast all the way through to Long Beach.
And I cover all of Ventura County and a large portion of LA. So I have all of Ventura Boulevard and I have Pacific Palisades, Malibu, Brentwood. So we both have a lot of ground to cover, but we're working from home these days, adapting like all of you, but we're here. If you need us, call us, text us, email us, Facebook us anytime. We want to be your home warranty go-to. So please don't hesitate to reach out to us with any questions at all. There's no stupid questions. We're here for you guys. Today we're just kind of going to cover some home warranty do's and don'ts, frequently asked questions that I see coming up often, even with seasoned agents. So I just feel like these are some pointers that are good to keep in your back pocket. And as always, we welcome any additional questions that you have for us. So we'll go ahead and get started. There we go. Can you guys see that okay?
Yeah, great.
Okay, perfect. So, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah. Here we go. Okay. So there's our contact information. Please take note of that. Take a picture, take a screenshot. Like I said, call, email, text anytime. I've been with Old Republic for over 7 years. Kristi, how long have you been with Old Republic?
Gosh, almost 8, going on 9.
Okay,
Long
cool.
time.
So we're both really hands-on and we have a lot of information for you. Please save us in your phones and our contact information. Let's just dig right in questions. So number 1, do a thorough home inspection, but also do a really thorough final walkthrough. A common call that I get is, Jessica, my buyers just moved in and they found their dishwasher not working. Okay, well, when did it last work for them? Well, it worked fine during the home inspection, but it's not working now. Okay, well, so technically, you guys, home warranty doesn't have to cover that. Home warranty wants everything to be working, installed properly when escrow closes. And then if there's a new issue that arises after that point, that's the kind of thing we're going to address. But that's why I highly recommend doing a really thorough final walkthrough to make sure everything's in proper working order at that time. I actually have a thorough final walkthrough checklist that I will put in the chat box when Kristi's talking. Okay, so really, really thorough final walkthrough, because home warranty doesn't start at your point of home inspection. It starts when your escrow closes, and that's when everything needs to be working. Do have an HVAC professional perform an inspection on the HVAC on an older system or when purchasing a vacant home. This is when, I mean, that's one of the bigger ticket items in the home, thousands and thousands of dollars to replace an HVAC, and you just want to know what you're getting yourself into. A general home inspector is going to do kind of an overview on it, but if it's an older system, I really recommend, I think there's so much value in having an HVAC professional go out and dig into it just so you know what you're getting yourself into, and then that can also help you determine what level of coverage you want to get on the home warranty. Maybe you want to get more comprehensive coverage if it's an older system, potentially on its last leg. I had fun with my transition.
That's cute.
Took me back to my college days. Do encourage your clients to browse through our coverage brochure. This is actually, in fact, a sample contract, and it lists everything that is and is not covered by the home warranty. We are so transparent about what's covered and what's not covered under the home warranty. Sometimes buyers will, be frustrated or just feel like they don't understand how it works, what it covers. Well, it's all right there in the brochure, everything that's covered and not covered. So take a look. And as always, if you have questions about specifics, we're here too. Please don't tell your clients that it's free rekey with the home warranty. We do still collect the $75 trade call fee that we would collect anytime we dispatch a technician. So that applies to our locksmiths as well. So it's not technically free. You're going to pay $75 for rekeying up to 6 keyholes, and we'll provide 4 copies of the keys. Do advise your buyers that they have within 60 days of close of escrow to upgrade their policy and add options. This is really important because sometimes the sellers just say, oh, we're only paying $400, we're only going to pay $500. Well, the buyer may want more comprehensive coverage and they may just want to settle that after close of escrow. We allow within 60 days of closing to make upgrades, do any changes, and then after that point, you can't make changes. But some home warranty companies only allow within 30 days of close of escrow. We allow 60. So please, please, please mention that to your buyers. That's going to protect you as well in case they didn't get the coverage that they wanted during the transaction. Just kind of put things in their hands. Take a look and let them know they can upgrade things if they still need to.
And that's actually before a system fails. So once a system's failed, unfortunately, we're not able to add it because that would be considered a pre-existing condition. So if they, only have $500, but they wanted to add the washer, dryer, refrigerator right after, it's really important that we do that sooner than later, because if we wait till that 30 or 60 day mark, there's a greater chance of that breaking. We can't add it after it already fails.
Exactly. That's a good point. Thanks, Kristi. Do consider that if you utilize our seller's coverage on your listings, our goal is to earn the buyer's coverage as well. They are a package deal. So sometimes I know a lot of listing agents don't like to dictate who the home warranty goes to for the buyers. I understand that. However, if you're a listing agent and you're utilizing our seller's coverage, know that they're a bundled deal. So if you're utilizing our seller's coverage, we expect that you're going to tell the buyer's side there's already a home warranty in place with Old Republic. So just please keep that in mind. A lot of people don't realize that. Don't disassemble an appliance or a system and call us for service. Our technician needs to be able to diagnose in its original condition. I get these calls occasionally. Our technician will show up and then report back to my service department that it's already been disassembled, and that creates problems. So please, if there's an issue, just call us immediately. We'll get a professional out there to diagnose. There's no need to tamper with anything. Please don't over-exaggerate the coverage and promise your clients the home warranty will cover everything. We do cover a lot, but I think you guys know home warranties are not all-inclusive. There's plenty of things we do not cover. I actually had kind of a frustrating scenario a month or so back. It was a Saturday. I was actually at a birthday party, and I had a plan holder calling me and texting me saying she needed help. I said, okay, just give me a little bit. I'm going to get back to you ASAP. Basically, she had a leak that was causing secondary damage. It was leaking on her floors. And apparently her realtor had told her, call Jessica before you call in anything to the service department. But don't worry, they cover for secondary damage. And that's not true. Home warranties do not cover secondary damage. That's going to be more like homeowner's insurance. So we can address a pipe break or a pipe leak, but we do not cover secondary damage. So it was just, it kind of created a delay that this agent said, talk to Jessica before you call into the service department. That wasn't really necessary. I understand his reasoning, but if there's an active leak, I definitely want people calling into the service department. But it's also important that realtors aren't saying we cover things that we don't. So just an FYI, please don't oversell the home warranty coverage, or misrepresent, I should say. Do take note of the age of the major systems and appliances to ensure proper coverage is ordered. If everything's in relatively good condition, or it's a new build, brand new appliances, you might feel like you're okay with standard coverage. But then we have several different tiers of coverage and all kinds of optional add-ons. We have our standard, our ultimate, and our platinum, and then you can build from there as far as the optional coverage goes. So just definitely evaluate that when you're looking. I'm going to pass this over to Kristi B.
Do not forget about AOC and cash in lieu. So many times, especially with plumbing or some of our more expensive repairs, maybe it's a hot water heater or air conditioning system, a furnace, and it needs to be replaced. Many times, especially if we're not going with the ultimate, there are out-of-pocket costs. So we do have the option. Let's say, the out-of-pocket cost is $500, although we're going to pick up 1,000 of it. We do have the option to do cash in lieu, and we'll give you the $1,000, and you can find somebody to fix it for less expensive, or, whatever it, maybe you want to upgrade to a tankless hot water system, or whatever it might be. We do have the option to do cash in lieu, and let's say we have a technician that just can't get out there quick enough. We can offer AOC, although please know that when we offer AOC, that means that you can call your own technician. The technician will come out to the house and will reimburse off of a paid invoice. Although we're going to reimburse what we would have paid our technician for any of the covered items. And we do have negotiated rates, not only with service, but also a lot of times parts too. So a lot of times our technicians are less expensive, but you do have the option, when approved ahead of time, to get your own technician and allow us to reimburse.
Kristi B.
Do educate your buyers on the ABCs of coverage. So a lot of times people will call their own technicians and say, here's the invoice, please reimburse, or, they don't realize that it doesn't cover anything that's already broken. There are guidelines that we have to go by. We're governed by the Department of Insurance, and not only Old Republic, but all home warranty companies industry-wide, we all have the ABCs of coverage. So make sure that we're providing a copy of the brochure. If you need a PDF copy or a link, we're happy to provide you one. Don't neglect to be explicit on the RPA. So many times we see buyer's choice, seller's choice. Sometimes people will write in Kristi B or Jessica Wood or upgraded. Well, what does upgraded mean, right? There are more than one upgraded plans. Is it ultimate? Is it platinum? Does that mean washer, dryer, refrigerator? What does ultimate mean? Make sure to be clear on the RPA that we're writing in ultimate or platinum, and with roof, with washer, dryer, refrigerator, always extra. Make sure to check the AC button, the upgrade button, and then under other, write in exactly what that means, because while we cover a lot in the platinum, it doesn't cover everything. We're going to have additions like pool, spa, septic, washer, dryer, refrigerator, the most common, but there's a bunch of options that just aren't included in that platinum. So make sure to be specific, and if you need help, please don't hesitate in reaching out to either one of us.
I just wanted to add to that. Sometimes a realtor will maybe write 800 on the contract. They'll write Old Republic and they'll write upgraded with air. So they're thinking that they can spend that full $800, but technically the seller side and escrow could say, well, no, you only wrote upgraded with air. That's a $435 policy. So if you wanted other items included, you should have listed them. So the caveat is the alternative to being very explicit on the contract. What I'm seeing more and more agents doing is writing buyer to select options. That way you're getting some wiggle room. So you might write in $800 and then check your boxes, but you may not realize that you want to include washer, dryer, fridge when you're writing up the contract, but then you have the budget for it. So you're protecting yourself and your buyers if you write in buyer to select options. So of course, run that by your broker, see what they think, but I'm seeing more and more brokers telling their agents to do that, right? Right. Of course, Old Republic, Kristi, Jessica, and either be very explicit or be very broad and say buyer to select options.
Yeah, but to piggyback on that, when you put buyer to accept options, please know that escrow is not typically going to reach out to the buyer to find out what the buyer wants. You really need to take it one step further and either give it to me or actually contact the buyer and ask them, because escrow will not reach out to the buyer most of the time to find out what those options are. I've also seen funds to be maximized. And that way, you're also getting that wiggle room without being so specific. And that's a great point. But please, we're definitely able to reach out to the buyer and maximize those funds, but escrow typically won't.
Yeah, definitely.
Do familiarize yourself with ordering home warranties, or at the very least, when ordered by another party, review that confirmation. That confirmation is so important, and so many times we get that we're the last thing that you think about because you have an entire humongous stack of paperwork to deal with. But we are the only thing that stays with you after the close of escrow. So your first protection is going to be that RPA and what you write in. Because if it's ordered wrong, later we can fix it. It takes time, but we can't fix it. But that confirmation, if we catch it right from the very beginning, and if you're placing those orders right when you open the transaction, it takes us 10 seconds to cancel. But to get it right, maybe we need to add things later. But that confirmation is so important because that's documentation showing what your homeowners are going to get and what coverage they're going to get after the close of escrow. So if you're seeing the confirmation says does not include washer, dryer, refrigerator, and you know that you have a high-end refrigerator in there, you're going to want to make sure that that is actually included in there if the expectation for coverage is in there. It's so much easier to correct during the beginning than it is to correct after.
Kristi B?
Yes, it just took a while to come up. Do take advantage of our service and anniversary notifications to stay in touch with your past client. Our service cards are really nice. Most of the time when you click on Go Green, they come to you automatically, especially now is a really smart choice. And that's a great way to stay in touch with your homeowners. Every time we provide service, whether it's plumbing, electrical, we send you a notification showing we changed out a hot water heater for $800. That's a great chance to call your homeowners and say, hey, I heard you had service. How'd it go? How's your plumbing? How's the new house? By the way, do you know of anyone else looking that I might be able to help find their dream home? And as far as anniversary, hey, congratulations, you've been in your house for a year. How is everything going? How is the family? It's a great way to have a warm call with your client to make sure that they know that you want to keep in touch with them. Don't hire Joe Shmo to make home inspection repairs. Use a licensed contractor who can honor their work. And that's so important because if they're installing things and they're not pulling permits or possibly, making the system work, but it's not with the right materials requested by code. Maybe they're doing plumbing and we see this all the time, there's not the right elevations or whatever it is. We want to make sure that we're hiring quality, licensed, bonded, insured people to make the repairs, especially if we're using AOC because that's the way we're going to be able to reimburse. We want to make sure that those repairs are being done with quality people that can back up and warranty their own work. Do send us your referrals for your favorite local contractors who we should add to our network. We always try to dispatch locally resourced technicians first. But whenever possible and they're not available, sometimes we do have to, look a little further out. But we're always looking for licensed, bonded, insured techs that you love. We want to make sure that we're providing your homeowners with the best service that we can offer. Do include all plumbing claims on one work order. So each time we call a technician to the home, it's a $75 trade call fee, right? So if we need a plumber and an electrician, that's two. But if we have 3 or 4 plumbing incidents and they happen to be one in the bathroom and one in the kitchen, that's one trade call fee. So we can make sure that we're minimizing the cost by making sure that we're efficient while we're calling in the orders.
Yeah, and believe it or not, plumbing is the most common work order for us. So you'd be surprised if you've got, I don't know, a shower leak. If you kind of look around the home, chances are you could probably find some other plumbing issue that needs to be addressed. So my recommendation is just
check it out.
Yeah, exactly.
be sure to order our ornamental fountain coverage if there's a fountain pump on the pool. And what that means is, let's say we have a high-end pool with a jacuzzi and a rock water slide, or any kind of mechanism that needs to pump the water from another area. That's an entirely separate option. So if we have any kind of pond or pump in any way in addition to the pool, that's a separate item to order. And if you're ever questioning what constitutes a separate pump, give us a call. Let us check it out. And most of all, do save our cells and our emails to your phone and contact us for any of the questions. It's so important that we make sure that we're getting back to you as soon as possible. Jessica and I are very good on email, text, call. We're both on social media. If you can't find our number, type it into Google. We come right up, but we want to make sure that we're getting you service as quickly and as efficiently as possible. We do need to start our claims with the 1-800 number. Once your homeowner's called into that service line, if there's anything that goes wrong, please call us instead of the 1-800 number. We both have a personal team, and their only job is to make sure that your homeowners are taken care of, and they're making sure that they're getting the technicians there as quickly and as efficiently as possible. That's their only job. So when something goes wrong and we say we're going to make sure that our service specialist gives you a call, know that they're calling from a 1-800 number, but they're not the 1-800 people. They're our rule breakers. They're our exception makers. So they're going to make sure that your homeowners get moving quickly as forward as possible.
So I'll go ahead and just shout out my phone number and my email. Jessica Wood, 805-501-6494. And my email is jessicaw@orhp.com. Kristi, go ahead.
And I'm Kristi B, and I'm Kristi B at orhp.com, and I'm at 424-207-9906.
And I'm not seeing where the chat box is, so I'm not able to put in that final walkthrough checklist that I mentioned, but I'll put that in the comments on the Facebook thread for anybody who wants it.
Thank you.
Yeah, that'd be great, because most everybody who's watching, they're all watching on Facebook Live. So you can go back and post that in the comment thread.
Okay, perfect. Did you see any questions for us?
There's no questions yet, but there is a bit of a delay from onto Facebook Live. So if anybody has any questions, we'll give you guys a minute or two to post them.
And then I do want to add very quickly, if you visit orhp.com and join our toolbox, we have a ton of free tools that you have access to. The walkthrough checklist is on there. There's a moving checklist. There's a newsletter for every single month of the year that's already done for you. You get to put your picture, your logo, your everything on there. And once you do that, there's a little box, and it just self-populates. So you can make 12 newsletters in a year in under 15 minutes. They are so quick and easy to use. It'll self-prompt you all the way through. So you're going to click on the little toolbox, create an account, put in your picture, your logo. And once you do that, if you go to customizable tools, we have a ton of stuff. Go play around. If you get stuck, give us a call. But it's really easy, quick, and efficient to use.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I'm still not seeing the live on Facebook.
It's on our KW Shares Forward Living page. Are you on there? I did have a hard time tagging you, Jessica. You may not be on that page. Let me send you an invite to that page.
Yeah. Oh, I see it. I got it.
Oh, good. Okay.
Okay, perfect. So I will go put the final walkthrough checklist in the comment section, and then anybody else who has questions, feel free to go find that, put comments or questions in the comment section, and we can address them there too.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, perfect. Well, I don't see any questions, so everyone's got your numbers if they need to contact you. And Agent Services, Patricia at Long Beach and Kim in Calabasas, we can always assist you guys too if you lose the numbers, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, ladies.
Bye.
That was awesome.
Take care.